be a fool and let her go. Way on. She said, don't be a fool and let her go. Way on. Hey,
Tyler.
We're
Hello, and welcome to Indie World.
I'm Mariko.
And I'm Tyler.
We're back with a showcase full of indie games headed to the Nintendo Switch system. Let's dive right in.
Hi, I'm Abhi.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sharon. We're making a cooking game called Venba, which is about an immigrant Indian mother and her family coming to Canada in the 80s.
Food often acts as a bridge between assimilated children and their immigrant parents, so we wanted to use cooking as a lens to tell the story of this family as they grow and change.
We often see the kids' side of these stories, but as we ourselves got older, we thought telling the parents' side might make for an interesting change of perspective, and we hope you find it interesting too.
Bon appetit and enjoy the show.
Something smells delicious.
Grab a spoon and get a taste of this wholesome narrative cooking game. Help an Indian mother who has recently immigrated to Canada reconnect with her heritage by cooking a variety of mouth-watering South Indian dishes.
Experience a story of love and loss through branching conversations. Try to restore lost family recipes and bop along to a soundtrack inspired by Indian musicals.
Start working up an appetite for Venba, coming to the Nintendo Switch system next spring. Hey, Rico, ever wanted to make a game?
Yeah, but it's a lot harder than you might think. Just ask Kani'i and Kumade, two friends striving to find the perfect idea for their next game. Watch their story develop as you play through stages of a retro-inspired puzzle platformer while following their day-to-day struggles.
Their recent games haven't exactly been raking in profits, so both of them must work part-time jobs to make ends meet. Will their friendship be able to take the strain of these challenges?
Find out when Goodbye World launches on Nintendo Switch later this month. I'm dying to play this one.
It would be a grave mistake to skip it. Don the robes of Death Incorporated CEO, Death himself, in this grimly charming roguelike game.
It looks like your subordinates have been working overtime, so it's up to you to restore work-death balance. There are 70 wicked weapons and scorching spells at your disposal, all of which can be upgraded to create devastating combos as you hack and slash your way through the corporate underworld.
One of the perks of being Death is that, well, you can't die. So use what you've learned and earned to overcome each department's vengeful minions and bosses. Reap what you sow when Have a Nice Death slashes onto Nintendo Switch March 22nd. Pre-orders begin later today.
Bonjour, je suis Justine.
Namra.
Et nous sommes Cosmo Gâteau. Passionnés de films d'animation, et après avoir travaillé sur des longs métrages, nous avons voulu créer un monde magique que l'on pourrait s'approprier.
En effet, après avoir grandi avec des films d'animation traditionnels des années 90, il m'était naturel de dessiner un monde luxuriant, organique et peint à la main, avec une histoire qui, je l'espère, vous touchera. Merci.
Merci.
Is there anything better than relaxing in nature and enjoying the gentle sea breeze?
What about doing both of those things while lying on top of a giant capybara? In this small open-world game, you have one goal. Find inner peace on an isolated island paradise. As the retired warrior Akka, explore handcrafted islands covered in majestic mountains, dense tropical forests, and inviting hot springs.
Spend your time here however you'd like. Nurture the island's flora and fauna, build a shelter, craft items, or feed these adorable baby dragons. Or go on quests to meet mysterious characters, friendly giants, and face the ghosts of your past. Literally.
Akka washes up on Nintendo Switch December 15th. Can you dig this game?
Yes, and so can Pepper. This spicy, drill-wielding treasure hunter has been shipwrecked and robbed. Now, she must spin up her trusty drill grinder to reclaim what was stolen from her. Chew through the terrain, perform impressive maneuvers, and solve tricky puzzles as you unearth collectibles for your gallery and gather up pieces of the scattered riches.
Cash them in to Pep Up Pepper and upgrade Grinder with new drill bits. Ramp up the chaos to the max and open up even more areas to dig in this thrilling drilling adventure. Pepper Grinder burrows onto Nintendo Switch next year.
Whew! I think it's time we take a coffee break.
Then pull up a chair because this coffee brewing, narrative-driven visual novel is back for a second episode. As the barista of your own late-night coffee shop, meet quirky characters, listen to their heartfelt stories, and get to know them, one cup at a time, all while enjoying the cozy lo-fi soundtrack.
Not all of your customers will be human. You'll encounter an opera-singing banshee, an orc who makes games, and many more fantastical regulars. Experiment with ingredients to find just the right brew for each customer. Dazzle them with latte art masterpieces, and uncover secret recipes that are sure to warm their heart.
Relax and stay a while when Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly, pours onto Nintendo Switch next spring.
This evil's necessary. If I close my eyes forever, come find me. You see right through me. I'm naked right down to my
Take on the role of a vengeful demon warrior in this spirited 3D action adventure. After his defeat at the hands of a Japanese folktale hero, Kuta travels to a small island where he joins forces with the spirit, Kazemaru.
Ancient demons lurk within vast meadows and lush forests. To defeat them, you'll control both characters simultaneously using a single Joy-Con controller. Wield Kuta's club to attack demons, then summon Kazemaru to draw out their spirits.
But beware, some demons are invincible, leaving you with no other choice than to flee the encounter. Can Kuta overcome his trials and become the most powerful demon? Begin your quest in Oni, Road to be the mightiest Oni, when it comes to Nintendo Switch, March 9th, 2023.
From the creators of Monument Valley comes a character-driven, roguelite, metaphorical ball game?
Every night, when Desta falls asleep, they enter a mysterious dream world filled with scattered memories of long-forgotten locations, faces from days gone by, and yes, powerful orbs for playing a surreal turn-based ball game. And yes,
Along the way, brought to life with a full voice cast.
I'm not sure I can keep up.
Unravel your dreams when Desta, The Memories Between, launches on Nintendo Switch early next year.
I'm not sure.
Ways to overcome challenges. You'll also meet a cast of colorful characters along the way, brought to life with a full voice cast.
I'm not sure I can keep up.
Unravel your dreams when Desta, The Memories Between, launches on Nintendo Switch early next year.
Young love, going to the movies, skipping school, using supernatural mind-reading powers.
Yeah, wait, what?
Yep, this slice of life pixel art game has it all. Set in 90s rural Indonesia, it follows high school sweethearts Atma and Raya through their journey of self-discovery.
However, when a mysterious power suddenly threatens their existence, they must scour their vibrant little town in search of answers, talking and diving into the minds of the townsfolk to uncover deep secrets.
Can Atma and Raya face the end of the world? Find out when A Space for the Unbound launches on Nintendo Switch January 19th, 2023.
Bonjour, je suis Cédric Babouche du studio Un Je ne sais quoi et directeur artistique de Dordogne. Dordogne, c'est l'histoire de Mimi, une jeune femme sur les traces de ses souvenirs qu'elle a mystérieusement oubliés. Bonjour, je suis Cédric Babouche du studio Un Je ne sais quoi et directeur artistique de Dordogne. Dordogne, c'est l'histoire de Mimi, une jeune femme sur les traces de ses souvenirs qu'elle a mystérieusement oubliés. Quand j'étais enfant, je me souviens que l'été était synonyme d'indépendance et d'exploration. Un moment magique où chaque jour était la promesse d'une nouvelle aventure. Notre studio souhaite recréer cette étincelle de nostalgie à travers le parcours de Mimi. On se sert d'un mélange de peinture traditionnelle et d'animation pour créer des sensations et un lien fort entre les visuels et les émotions que l'on souhaite partager. Que vous jouiez seul ou avec votre famille, on espère que vous apprécierez Dordogne.
Look at these landscapes.
Ooh la la, so pretty.
Meet Mimi. As a child, she spent all of her summers here. Now she returns to her late grandmother's home to find that she's left behind a series of letters and lost family secrets for Mimi to uncover.
Revisit Mimi's childhood memories and help her reconnect with the inquisitive girl she once was. Play both in the past and the present. Skip along the picturesque French countryside as 10-year-old Mimi while exploring her grandmother's house in the present.
Discover the close relationship between grandmother and granddaughter as you collect photos, objects, and words. Use them to fill Mimi's journal and keep her precious memories alive. Dordogne travels onto the Nintendo Switch system next spring. I can barely keep a houseplant alive.
Don't worry, you don't need a green thumb to enjoy this one. As Arabella Green, you're a retired botanist who has a grand manor all to yourself. Take care of its magnificent gardens by solving plant-based puzzles and preserving a collection of forgotten flora.
Unearth seeds, pot them, and find their ideal habitat. Some plants will be fussy, so you'll have to think outside the box, or pot, to locate the right place for them. Inspect the manor for clues, newspaper clippings, letters, and more to help your gardening skills blossom while learning more about Arabella herself.
Stop and smell the flowers when Botany Manor blooms onto Nintendo Switch next year.
Whoa, sick crocodile costume. It's a dragon. Anyway, we better start the show if we want to win the theater contest. Okay, let's go.
The Royal Theatrical Spectacle. It's the best of all the festivals where everyone loves acting and people appreciate a good song. Get to shoot perform at my festival. It's the best ever. To become a famous theater show every time. You guys totally have a chance to win the contest and perform at the Royal Theatrical Spectacle.
The Royal Theatric the Royalty the Royalty Pay Spectaculars? Stand down, dragon. You're no match for me.
You'll never defeat me, Prince. Oh, ze filmen al.
Hoi, wij zijn Bonte Avond. Een groep van 4 muzikanten die samen games zijn gaan maken.
Games maken voelt soms als optreden voor ons. Voice acting improviseren met vrienden, samen liedjes spelen en gewoon grapjes en ideeën ter plekke bedenken. Je kan het ook voelen in het spel, waar vaak wat je hoort ook ons eerste take was.
We wilden de spelers dit gevoel van improvisatie geven door ze te laten acteren, zingen en dansen in ons nieuwe spel Once Upon a Jester. Het is gevuld met zelfgemaakte liedjes, grappige personages en avonturen. We hopen dat je het leuk zal vinden.
You know what? I'm joining a traveling theater troupe.
Surely you jest.
Nope. Musical theater rules. That's what best friends Sock and Jester are about to discover. They've devised a mischievous scheme to steal a royal diamond. Trouble is, their plan hinges on receiving an invitation to join the famous Royal Theatrical Spectacle.
Only the best of the best get invited, so they'll have to improv their way to fame and outperform every other act they encounter on the road. Join them on their wacky, whimsical journey across a fantasy kingdom full of silly characters and even sillier spectacles.
No two performances are the same, so sing your heart out, crack jokes, and make the stage your own.
Once Upon a Jester jingles onto Nintendo Switch later today.
Anyone can be a hero in this sequel to the classic roguelite game where the adventure changes with every playthrough. Whether you're a lute-playing bard with vertigo or a vegan chef who fights meat, your goals are the same. Gather countless riches, build up your castle, and ensure your legacy.
All your upgrades carry over to your heirs, and each new successor wields their own personal traits and abilities. The Nintendo Switch version also includes the Fabled Heroes update, adding a ton of new content, including dozens of new subclasses and items. So experiment with different play styles as you battle fierce foes, make friends, and avoid clown bites that can give you clownanthropy.
Ugh, you might want to get that looked at.
You won't have to wait long to build your own legacy. Rogue Legacy 2 launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Buddy up and experience the emotional tale of an unlikely friendship in the co-op adventure Blanc.
A wolf cub and a fawn are stranded together after a sudden snowstorm. Now, they must learn to rely on each other as they trek through the vast snowy wilderness, following their family's tracks.
2 players must work together by using each animal's abilities to navigate obstacles among the frosty terrain. In addition to simple controls, this game's story and gameplay are both text-free, so anyone can easily immerse themselves in this handcrafted, monochrome world.
Start your journey when Blanc steps onto Nintendo Switch as a console exclusive on February 14th. Pre-orders begin later today. Can't get enough indies? Let's take a look at some more games coming to Nintendo Switch soon.
Hi, I'm Annie.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
I guess we like to keep things pretty tidy around the house, don't we?
Yeah, it can be so satisfying to find the right spot for things.
Yeah, like I love finding the perfectly sized plastic container to fit leftovers in.
That's the best.
I know! This is what our game A Little to the Left is all about. Finding satisfying puzzles hidden among household objects.
Yeah, it's inspired by our lives, our home, and our cat, Rookie.
Rookie just gets in the way sometimes. He can't help it. He sleeps at Lucas's desk while he's working.
Yeah, and I have to type between the tail swishes.
Yeah. So we hope you have a really good time tidying up in A Little to the Left.
Thanks.
Can you move this picture a bit? Yes, a bit to the left. A little bit more. That's it. Perfect.
Wow, you really like things neat and tidy, huh?
You will too after playing A Little to the Left, a cozy puzzle game where you organize household objects into satisfying arrangements. Sort spoons of different sizes and shapes, stack papers, put away the cat toys. Oh, did I mention there's a cat?
Hey, pause off. This fluffy friend has mischief on their mind and will show up from time to time to make a mess of your beautifully organized objects. But don't worry, there are more than 75 delightful messes to solve, many of which have multiple solutions. Oh, and yes, you can pet the cat.
Neat. A Little to the Left launches on Nintendo Switch later today. And that's it for today's Indie. Wait, is that?
4! Sorry to butt in, but we have an update on Sports Story.
In this all-out sporting RPG, you'll rise through the ranks of the sports world and prove your prowess on the golf course, tennis court, and soccer field.
There are even more sports in your quest for athletic excellence. Raise your sporting rank to unlock even more disciplines, including BMX, mini golf, volleyball, cricket, and more. Then kick back at the mall to relax, go on quests, and explore dungeons?
That's right. This game isn't just about sports. Hop on a train or helicopter to visit goat-infested buildings, abandoned ruins, and the mysterious wildlands. Or pursue your other passions. Make friends and enemies, go fishing, become a detective, partake in a bit of espionage. There's so much to do.
You won't have to wait long. Sports Story kicks off on the Nintendo Switch system next month.
And that's it for today's Indie World. We hope you enjoyed the games in today's showcase.
A big thank you to our indie community and to partners working on games for Nintendo Switch. And as always, thank you for watching.
Don't forget to follow our official Twitter account to stay up to date on all the latest news from Indie World.
Until next time, happy gaming!
What it feels You know what it feels like. 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 What it feels
and thank you all for joining us today. It's so exciting to be here back in Las Vegas in person. So thank you all for joining us and being part of our audience. And also welcome to all of you who are joining us online from around the world. So are you excited for today? We have some amazing new products to show you. So let's go ahead and get started. And you guys all know us well. At AMD, we're all about high performance and adaptive computing, and really using technology to create solutions to the world's most important challenges. Now, whether you're talking about cloud services or 5G networks or AI or automotive or PCs, AMD technology is truly everywhere, touching the lives of billions of people every single day. Now, we're in an incredibly busy time for AMD. It's an incredible period of innovation. We're in the midst of introducing actually 4 new architectures to the market across more than a dozen products. So if you look at it, we started with the Ryzen 7000 launch in September, and many of you joined us there. Next week, we're gonna bring Zen 4 to high-end server processors, and then soon after that to notebook PCs. And we also have our Zen 4C core optimized for cloud-native computing and our next-gen XDNA architecture that are gonna launch in 2023. But of course, today, it's all about gaming, and we're here to talk about our next-generation gaming architecture with RDNA 3. So now just a minute about gaming, right? We all love gaming. Gaming is really in AMD's DNA. And when you look through 2025, we're expecting 3.5 billion gamers in the world. And our goal is really to push the limits of gaming innovation to really provide the best solutions across the board together with all of our gaming partners. So whether you're talking about developers creating new games and experiences, or you're talking about the companies that are serving the content, or you're playing your games on your devices, or you're a streamer that are really trying to stream those experiences to other gamers, our mission is to bring you the best experience possible for all of your gaming platforms. Now, Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics are really at the heart of all of the world's most popular gaming devices, including the top gaming PC OEM systems, cloud gaming services, Sony PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Valve Steam Deck. We're also bringing gaming to automotive with the newest generation of Teslas. And of course, for all of the folks out there who are building your own PCs, we love the DIY market for all of the PCs that you build. Now, when you think about that, why is gaming so important to AMD? It's really all about pushing the envelope on innovation. Just over a month ago, we launched our next generation desktop PC processor, the Ryzen 7000 series, which was really the most advanced processors for gamers and creators. And the response has been really incredible. We have leadership performance per watt, we have phenomenal gaming and creative performance, and it's all enabled by our new Zen 4 core in 5 nanometer. Now, with Ryzen 7000, we also launched our next generation AM5 desktop platform, which has all of the latest I/O, and we're committing to delivering socket longevity on that through 2025 and beyond for lots of future upgrades. And we also know that people love AM4, and AM4 is going to continue for a long, long time. And for there, Ryzen 7 5800X3D is also a fantastic choice for gamers. Now, today, it's all about the next generation of Radeon graphics and how we deliver the future of gaming with the world's most advanced graphics architecture, RDNA 3. So let me start and tell you a little bit about RDNA 3. We really set truly ambitious goals for RDNA 3. And as you know, at the forefront for what we're doing is it's all about power and energy efficiency. And we want to make sure that we continue to innovate around performance per watt leadership to enable all of the gamer upgrades to be done with fantastic performance, but at a reasonable power. And we also wanted to significantly raise the bar in performance to support the next generation of 4K gaming and beyond, and really recognize that there are a lot of faster and higher resolution displays. And then finally, we also look at it as not just about the chip and not just about the card, but really what is the gaming experience we can bring. And that means new AMD software features, that means platform technologies, and really end-to-end solutions with our CPUs and GPUs and software coming together. So there's a lot of innovation in RDNA 3, and we'll tell you all about it today. Now, there's a lot been said about our new chiplet design, so let me start with our chiplet design. This is the world's first chiplet gaming GPU. Now, why did we use chiplets? Chiplets really allow us to use a modular approach to optimize the performance and efficiency of the overall design. And so with our chiplets, like we've done on the CPU side, on the GPU side, we're mixing and matching the right technology for each function. Now, the graphics compute die is a high-performance 5-nanometer technology design, and it contains all of the high-performance compute in the GPU. That includes the shaders, the display engine, and a brand new media engine as well. And then the other die is a memory cache die, and it's built in 6-nanometer process technology and includes the memory subsystem that features the GDDR6 controllers, as well as up to 96 megabytes of infinity cache. And as a result, we have just an incredible capability with more than 61 teraflops of compute. By the way, do you guys think you need 61 teraflops of compute? We also have the world's fastest chiplet interconnect to enable 5.3 terabytes per second of peak bandwidth. And that allows us to unlock the full potential of 24 gigabytes of GDDR6. So altogether, when you put that together, we have 58 billion transistors in this design, which gives us just an incredible amount of gaming performance. It sounds like there's a few excited people out there. Okay, so now let me show you for the very first time our newest chiplet gaming GPU. This may be my favorite part of my job, I think. All right, so look, as I said earlier, we set very ambitious goals for RDNA 3, especially around energy efficiency. And I'm pleased to say that we actually exceeded our goals. So our engineers did a fantastic job, and we made great improvements between RDNA 1 and RDNA 2. And with RDNA 3, we actually achieved a 54% gen-over-gen improvement in performance per watt. And when you put all of that together into what really matters, we're about building the best products for you. So today, I'm incredibly proud that we're going to announce our first 2 RDNA 3 graphics cards. The Radeon RX, the Radeon RX 7900 XTX with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6, and the 7900 XT with 20 gigabytes. So you can imagine, these are just incredible gaming cards. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sam, Scott, and Frank that are going to take you through all of the exciting product details. Sam?
Well, thank you, Lisa. Well, as she said, with RDNA 3, our vision was to engineer the most advanced 4K and 8K gaming platform for gamers and creators, containing the features, performance, and efficiency to provide the best gaming experience. To achieve this vision, we have brought unprecedented innovation to all aspects of the design. Now, it's my privilege to hit on a few of those highlights for you this morning. The first and most evident innovation is that we have leveraged our industry-leading expertise in chiplets, honed on our Ryzen and EPYC lines, to bring chiplet architecture to GPUs. The magic of chiplet design is being able to use the right technology for the right job. So we created 2 very different chiplets connected with high bandwidth interconnects specific to graphics. With the graphics compute die, we spin that precious 5-nanometer silicon where it matters, in the core GPU engine, where all the computation occurs to enable great performance and performance per watt. For that small memory cache die, we use the mature 6-nanometer technology to implement the GDDR6 memory interfaces and our 2nd-generation infinity cache. These diminutive but powerful MCDs feature a 2nd-generation infinity cache, each connected to 64 bits of high-speed GDDR6 memory, combined up to a width of 384 bits. We've tuned this Infinity Cache to enable better data reuse with less capacity to accomplish several things for us. With the high hit rates, it directly sources most of the memory requests, and this delivers data to the engine in less time and uses less power than going out to DRAM. With our high bandwidth Infinity Fabric chiplet interconnect, we've increased the peak bandwidth from our RDNA2 implementation by an astonishing 2.7 times. And that's where that 5.3 terabytes per second number you just heard comes from. These support the gaming at the highest resolutions. So now I want to take you a little bit deeper, click down into that graphics compute die, which is built around our new RDNA3 compute units, where we've continued with our area-efficient unified architecture that shares resources between rendering, AI, and ray tracing to make most effective use of each transistor. In addition, contained within this GCD is a key part of delivering a great gaming experience, driving the latest displays with massive refresh rates for high-resolution gaming. All of the latest media formats are in there with our media and display engines. Now to the core of the engine, which is the new unified RDNA3 compute unit, specifically optimized for high-resolution gaming. The key word here is unified, which means we have a tightly integrated unit which shares resources to deliver the most power and area-efficient performance. We've tuned it to provide the right blend of flexible, highly efficient stream processing, additional AI acceleration capabilities, and greatly enhanced ray tracing acceleration. All of this is fed by a general purpose register file with 50% more capacity than the RDNA2 design, which boosts the performance of all the functions. To deliver this well-rounded feature set, we've leveraged 5 nanometer to the fullest to pack 54% more transistors in less area, increasing our density by 165%. Well, as every chip designer knows, it's a lot of transistors. And as every chip designer knows, smaller is faster and more power efficient. And so this enables RDNA3 to deliver even a better gaming experience. Now, looking at the stream processors, we took a huge step in RDNA3 by going to dual issue Wave32 units. This enables us to better utilize the data paths by issuing 2 different instructions down each 32-lane SIMD, or we can use them in parallel like we did in RDNA2. We can issue different integer or floating point operations down each SIMD data path, mixing and matching based on the workload demand. The net result is faster frame render times for higher FPS from better utilization of all the functions in the compute unit. And it handles now 2 times more instructions per clock. So we have also greatly enhanced the RDNA AI acceleration. And AI, of course, enables a host of capabilities that are growing in importance to the gaming community. And we've increased the AI throughput for commonly used math functions, which, while integrating these tightly within our unified compute unit. These share the same register files, caches, and instruction scheduling as the stream processors. And the enhancements provide up to a 2.7x increase in AI performance in the most area and power efficient way possible, setting RDNA3 up to exploit the current and future uses of AI. The final enhancement to mention to our compute unit is the ray tracing acceleration, which is built on new instructions in the shader and support for DXR ray flags and many improvements for ray box sorting and traversal. Amplifying all of this is the ability to enable more rays in flight with that 50% larger general purpose register file that I mentioned before, combined with larger L0 and L1 caches to back it up. These improvements provide compelling gains for ray trace gaming content with up to 50% more performance per compute unit. Next, I want to introduce you to our Radiance display engine, featuring the industry's first DisplayPort 2.1 and a high-performance gaming graphics card. This DisplayPort enables 480 hertz refresh rates at 4K resolution and up to 165 at 8K. And the 12 color bits per channel enables an incredible 68 billion colors for amazingly realistic images and graphics. And with the display link bandwidth of up now to 54 gigabits per second, we have doubled that bandwidth per port over RDNA 2. And this supports the unprecedentedly high refresh rates at the highest resolutions. In support of the latest media formats and standards, we have a new dual media engine, and it supports 2 simultaneous encode or decode streams up to 8K60 or AVC and HEVC. It supports AV1 encode and decode, while also leveraging AI enhancements to improve video encoding and conference quality. And by greatly increasing the frequency inside the media engine, we delivered up to 1.x 8 shader engine frequencies to run only the front end at a typical 2.5 gigahertz, while the shaders operate at a more efficient 2.3 gigahertz. Still 15% higher than RDNA 2 at launch. With this sort of advanced power management, we deliver the maximum frames per second while also saving up to 25% power. This contributes to our remarkable 54% product level performance per watt gain. With the higher frequency and the new dual issue RDNA 3 compute units, we enable a 2.7x leap in raw compute power. You heard it from Lisa, a remarkable 61.6 teraflops of performance in this engine. Well, putting it all together, we have delivered on our vision by inventing the world's first chiplet-based gaming GPU, enabling the optimal use of 5 nanometer technology, delivering 15% higher frequencies at 54% better power efficiency. Our advanced chiplet interconnect provides an amazing 2.7x leap in peak bandwidth to feed that 60+ teraflop engine. The new unified RDNA 3 compute units have twice the instructions per clock, enabling them to fully utilize our data paths and provide incredibly high performance for rendering, ray tracing, and AI applications in the most power and area efficient way. We connect this rendering horsepower to the industry's first GPU DisplayPort 2.1 to support massive refresh rates and include the encode and decode for all the latest media standards. The result is what we set out to achieve, the most advanced GPU optimized for gamers and creators. Now I'd like to hand it over to Scott, who will tell you more about this incredible product.
What's up, gamers? How is everybody doing today? Oh, we've been working on this for 3 years, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of hours in our engineering group. And I'm sure they're tuning in today, but I can't be more proud of what they've been able to create for you and to create for us, and it's going to be a great time. So now, I know what you want to see: performance, price, and availability. Is that right? Do you want to see that? Sounds good, but you're going to have to stay for a little bit to get availability and price, but I'll show you performance. I'll show you some performance. So today, 4K sets the standard where enthusiast GPUs are measured. According to IDC, in the last 5 years, there is 3 times increase in shipments of 4K monitors. And the Radeon RX 7900 XTX is going to be the perfect card to power your games at 4K. In pure rendering, the 7900 XTX is up to 1.7 times faster than our previous generation flagship GPU. And in ray tracing, we are seeing up to 1.6 times more performance in native 4K. What do you think? Now that you've seen the performance, allow me to introduce the Radeon RX 7900 XTX. Take a good look. We've spent a lot of time optimizing this card, but more importantly, making sure that you're going to be proud when you put it into your rig. Absolutely fantastic. This gaming card is built to provide exciting performance in 4K resolution and beyond. RDNA 3-based GPUs are like no other. It features 96 unified RDNA 3 compute units running at 2.3 gigahertz game clock, and it comes with 24 gigabytes of GDDR6 with 384-bit support. This card is future-ready with AV1 encode and decode for streaming and video export, and it has the latest DisplayPort 2.1 technology for up to 4K 480 frames per second or 8K 165 frames per second gaming capabilities. All, ladies and gentlemen, with a board power of just 355 watts. The XTX. Today, we are also announcing the Radeon RX 7900 XT, a massive leap in performance over the last generation. It features 84 unified compute units running at a game clock of 2 gigahertz and comes with 20 gigabytes of 320-bit GDDR6 memory with the same support for AV1 and DisplayPort 2.1. The 7900 series gaming cards are industry leaders in performance per watt. There is no need to rebuild your desktop, no need to upgrade your case, and there's no need for a new power adapter. Yep. We made it as easy as pulling out your old card and putting in a new one. Previous generation enthusiast GPUs, including those recently launched by our competitor, only support DisplayPort 1.4. Gamers who purchase these graphics cards will see limited frame rates. But with the RX 7900 series of GPUs, it'll allow you to actually see the frames you are paying for when you upgrade to a DisplayPort 2.1 monitor. If you are paying that much money for a brand new gaming card, you should demand a GPU that will allow you to game into the future. And only the 7900 series can give you that. And starting in early 2023, an incredible new generation of displays at a range of resolutions from leading display vendors will start rolling out to gamers, including this sneak peek from our friends at Samsung with their brand new Odyssey Neo G9, expected to be the first DisplayPort 2.1 8K, I'll say that again, 8K, ultra widescreen gaming monitor ever. What do you think? More details on the design and specs will be unveiled soon at CES in January of 2023. And to power high refresh rate gaming displays, both today and your future upgrades, we've developed a suite of powerful software enhancements, which includes technologies such as Fidelity FX, Super Resolution, and Smart Access Memory. Combined with our new unified RDNA 3 compute units, the Radeon RX 7900 series delivers the next generation of high refresh rate gaming. AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, or FSR, technology works on all modern GPUs to provide high fidelity visuals and incredible frame rates. In just 16 months, FSR will be available in 216 games, proving just how compelling open technologies are for the entire industry. Our latest update, FSR 2.2, reduces super resolution temporal ghosting, not only the artifacts on fast-moving objects, and it'll also be available in Forza Horizon 5 soon. Now, 1440p gaming displays with high refresh rates continue to be one of the fastest growing choices for gamers. With the 7900 XTX and Apex Legends, you will be able to reach the game's hard frame rate cap of 300 frames per second. And in other popular titles, the 7900 XTX can push your games to its limits. Games like Overwatch 2 and Valorant are great examples of why DisplayPort 2.1 is so important. Now, there's finally a gaming card to drive 300 to 800 frames plus frames per second gaming on ultra high refresh rate displays. Now, at 4K, the 7900 XTX is the card to get. By turning on max settings in AAA games and using FSR upscaling, you can hit triple-digit performance. It even makes playing competitive esports titles at 4K a real possibility. Hundreds of frames in your games at 4K resolution. Now, I'm not saying that you would, but you could play games with RX 7900 XTX that go beyond today's 8K 60 Hz limits. In Dawn of Ragnarok, the latest expansion to Ubisoft's acclaimed Assassin's Creed Valhalla, with FSR paired with the 7900 XTX, you'll be able to get 96 frames per second at a crisp 8K resolution. It's truly incredible to see and experience. The RX 7900 series can power the next generation of displays like 8K ultra-wide or high refresh rate 8K displays above 60 Hz. Next generation RDNA 3 compute units, new levels of memory bandwidth combined with the latest upscaling technologies deliver the performance to power these incredible experiences. A lot of gamers are excited about features like ray tracing in their games. Today, I'm excited to announce that DirectX ray tracing is coming to one of the most popular franchises in the world, Halo Infinite by 343 Industries. Halo Infinite will now support ray trace shadows across arena and big team battle modes, and players with AMD hardware will notice improved lighting, sharper shadows, and increased performance on RX 7000 series platforms with ray tracing acceleration. DXR will be available in Season 3, so look for it in your graphics settings soon. And with the RDNA 3 architecture, real-time ray tracing performance has greatly improved generation over generation. In Dying Light 2, with ray tracing features turned to the max, the 7900 XTX delivers performance above 60 frames per second with FSR at 4K. Cyberpunk and Hitman 3 also have significant performance uplifts, giving you the performance you need to stay immersed in your game. But today we're also announcing a technical partnership with the Callisto Protocol coming in December. This third-person survivor horror game, developed by Striking Distance Studios, features incredible lighting and shadow effects, along with movie-quality textures and animations to set the eerie mood in this sci-fi experience. Ray tracing is used to full effect here, with shadows, translucency, and glossy refractions coming together to capture the most subtle details that create giant leaps in realism. At 4K and higher resolution, the Radeon RX 7900 series is optimized to deliver incredible frame rates to power this experience. Now next, we are also announcing a technical partnership with Luminous Productions and their action RPG, Forspoken, launching in January. Luminous Productions has created some truly breathtaking visuals in a fully realized fantasy world, powered by hybrid ray tracing for realistic lighting and shadows on the characters and environments. Forspoken looks and runs incredibly fast thanks to its implementation of Fidelity FX features, including FSR, variable rate shading, ambient occlusion, and downsampler, all optimized for Radeon. We've worked closely with game studios to optimize for the next generation of games. At Ubisoft, Snowdrop has been in development for over a decade and is one of its most important gaming engines. This is the same engine utilized across a variety of PC and multi-platform titles, from Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope to Tom Clancy's Division 2. By the way, one of my personal favorites, Long Live the Bullet King. If you play the game, you'll know. Today, we are announcing our partnership with their next generation engine. This tech demo is beautifully rendered with global illumination, blur reflections, and shadows in addition to other effects that the Snowdrop engine uses, such as volumetric weather effects and micro detail rendering. We've worked with Ubisoft to add a highly optimized AMD ray tracing implementation that unlocks even smarter ray processing than DXR alone can provide. With high-performance ray tracing enabled on a 7900 XTX, we are getting frame rates above 80 frames per second at 4K with FSR2. We're excited to see the Snowdrop engine come to life in major upcoming titles, including Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Splinter Cell, and Ubisoft's Star Wars project. Right? Let's go, indeed. With the announcement of Unreal Engine 5, a lot of gamers, including myself, are excited to see what new games and experiences will be created in this popular engine. UE5 is optimized to take full advantage of our unified RDNA 3 compute units with excellent ray tracing and rasterization performance. In this UE5 sample, optimized for Radeon, we're able to hit an average of 60 frames per second at 4K with FSR2 enabled. Even with resounding success of FSR2, we won't stop there. I'm excited to show you a preview of a brand new version of Fidelity FX super resolution technology, appropriately named FSR3. FSR3 combines our best-in-class temporal super resolution technology and our new AMD Fluid Motion Frames technology to deliver more frames per second in your games. Fluid Motion Frames increases FPS when using very demanding settings. FSR3 will provide up to a 2x increase in frames per second at 4K resolution over FSR2, a significant boost across your supported games, and will be coming to PC gamers in 2023. To give an idea on what's possible with our brand new generation of gaming cards, I'd like to show you what Sava and his small team of artists were able to create using a standard animation pipeline to build their dark sci-fi fantasy film, Beckoning, an Unreal Engine in just 4 months. Let's hear from Sava.
My name is Sava Živković. I wrote and directed Beckoning, and I want to briefly talk about how Unreal Engine 5 and AMD are empowering small teams to create cinema-class animated films. In Unreal Engine 5, Lumen and Nanite shine with the Radeon RX 7900 XTX, allowing us to walk around completely lit environments and characters and to explore the shots. This significantly speeds up the production and enables us to make creative decisions at the speed of thought. You can change the lighting, character or environment placement, or entirely change the camera angle if you so desire. This amount of speed and flexibility is unprecedented in traditional animation pipelines, and is one of the main reasons why I personally believe producing feature-length animation with smaller teams is now a reality. And when it comes to high-fidelity output, the FSR Movie Render Cube plugin upscales the final frame rendering to 4K or even 8K. CG animation has never been as fast and as fun.
Pretty cool. By the way, in reviewing that video, it sure does make it look easy to create a new movie, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. The Radeon RX 7900 series are the most advanced gaming GPUs. First of all, they are easy to upgrade into your existing gaming rig. They feature industry-leading enthusiast GPU support for next-generation displays. They will deliver ultra-high frame rates in both native and upscale games, and of course comes with up to 24 gigabytes of memory to drive the next generation of games and advanced workloads. All of our innovations enable the 7900 XTX to deliver an incredible leap in performance of up to 1.7 times faster 4K gaming. Now, let me invite Frank Azor to the stage to show you how the Radeon RX 7900 series powers the next generation of gaming and streaming experiences. Frank?
Wow. I am incredibly excited to be here with you guys today. It's just been so long since we've been able to all be together and to do this the way it deserves to be done, right? In person and just with all these incredible games and visuals behind us. What do you guys think about the new graphics cards? Awesome, right? Don't worry, Scott's gonna come back and tell you when you're gonna be able to get them and what they're gonna be priced at, okay, I promise. But they're incredible graphics cards. But you know what's even more incredible is that at AMD, you get more than just a great graphics card. We're committed to building the absolute best gaming, creating, and streaming experiences. I'm going to share with you today a little bit about some of our latest developments of how we're pulling it all together to bring you the next generation of PCs. Great hardware, as you've seen today, deserves great software. And AMD Adrenalin is your software interface for harnessing the full potential of your AMD-powered system. We're committed to bringing you an Adrenalin software that you can depend on. Personal game server and connect your. It's the fact that all these features are within one unified UI. And second, it's a completely unlocked experience, meaning we don't force you to create an account. You're not going to be monitored by us. You're not going to be tracked. You can just access all these features. You can customize your system to your content and just play the games you love, because that's what you deserve. So let me talk to you about some of the upcoming features you can expect from the next version of Adrenalin. Existing features like Radeon Super Resolution, Radeon Boost, and Anti-Lag are huge performance amplifiers for your gaming experience. But let's be honest, most of us don't want to have to learn about each new feature, how it works, which games it works on, which features work best with one another. When we finally get some time to sit down and game, it's just too much complexity to do. So look forward to HyperRX coming out early next year, and you can experience it yourself. All right, so let's talk about what are we doing to help improve your recording and your streaming experience. OBS, as many of you know, is the leading video recording and live streaming platform out there, and it's used by some of the world's most successful and popular streamers. Well, we've partnered with OBS to improve video streaming quality across all bit rates on Radeon RX 6000 and 7000 series graphics cards. Additionally, with the new AMD RDNA 3 media engine, we've added AV1 hardware encoding, improving quality and transforming live streaming. In this example, we're looking at a recorded image of Halo, captured with OBS on the Radeon 7900 XTX graphics card. Both images were captured at the same 3.5 megabit per second bitrate. As you can see behind me, the quality of the stream and the text within it is visibly pixelated. But with the addition of our AV1 hardware encoding, updated pre-analysis and pre-filtering algorithms, plus our OBS optimizations, the playback quality substantially improves, providing a clear, sharp, and a smooth viewing experience. Additionally, with Xilinx AI and content adaptive machine learning technology, we've integrated that into the AMD framework, and it's been trained to learn, predict, and target small text and menus, making them legible again, especially when streaming at low bit rates and resolutions up to 1080p. The new AMD RDNA 3 media engine reaches beyond streaming, though. With our dedicated AV1 hardware processing, video encoding is up to 7 times faster than software, even at ultra-high resolutions like 8K. Support for the RDNA 3 media engine will be available across applications like Adobe Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, Handbrake, and in upcoming releases of OBS. And then for video creators, any video creators in the audience? Anybody create video? You're gonna love this. So we're introducing something we call Smart Access Video. Smart Access Video works with select applications when you pair the Ryzen 7000 series with the new Radeon 7000 series. And unlike other platforms that can really only make use of either your CPU or your GPU's video compression engines, Smart Access Video distributes the encoding and decoding workloads across both your Ryzen CPU and your Radeon graphics card's video compression engines, enabling faster 4K and 8K editing. And when it comes to batch transcoding, Smart Access Video reduces parallel transcoding times by nearly 1/3. Smart Access Video will be available across applications like OBS, Premiere Pro, FFmpeg, and more starting now from your Radeon Super Resolution, AMD Noise Suppression, HyperRX, and more. But Advantage goes even further than that by ensuring every component, from the motherboard to the NVMe drives to the memory, the power supply, all the rest, they all work seamlessly together, and they're all tuned for maximum performance with every design and quality metric followed. Next, we focus on each system delivering its full graphics potential. We know that peak visual quality and performance are incredibly important to gamers. So Advantage desktops have been thermally designed, reliably powered, and rigorously tested to ensure that they deliver on the highest resolution and refresh rate experiences possible on the 7900 XTX. And it all comes together when you pair them with one of the over 2,500 AMD FreeSync monitors available, allowing you to experience the most demanding games at their smoothest and highest settings. And of course, each Advantage desktop is built to game, with a full configuration of premium components, all tuned and tested reliably to give you maximum performance every single time. We're really excited to be working with all of these partners on bringing you the first generation of Advantage desktops. It's been awesome to be here with you guys today. This is a historic moment. Thank you so much for your time. Let me welcome Scott back on the stage.
Thank you, Frank. Okay, are you ready? All right, what an incredible day of announcements that will transform the future of graphics in games. The AMD Radeon 7900 series, built for extreme performance to drive 4K and 8K high refresh rate gaming monitors, powered by the world's most advanced gaming graphics architecture, RDNA 3. Here we go. Starting December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XTX for $999. The world's fastest gaming card under $1,000. Also on December 13th, 2022, you'll be able to purchase the 7900 XT for $899. $999 and $899. The world's most advanced gaming GPUs powering your gaming rig for years to come. That's the end of our show. Thank you for joining us today, and we can't wait to get these gaming cards in your hands in December. Have a great rest of your day.
sky with you. Every color we're fading. Don't love the mess you want. Am I painting up the sky with you? Painting up behind you. But I'm not the mess you want. Am I painting up the sky?
Let the fun begin.
I turn it up another notch. I spike the punch and make it pop. Don't stop. Living my best life. Living my best life.
Hi, I'm Tim Schafer from Double Fine Productions, and 10 years ago, we teamed up with our friends at IM8bit to start a festival of the best of independent games from every platform, bringing them together with the players, and also some food and drink and music, and a celebration of video games we call Day of the Devs. And it's been an amazing party for 10 years, but lately there's been this global pandemic, and from this big open room outdoors, and even partying up on the roof just to keep it safe. So make sure it's fun and safe and a big party for everybody. So please RSVP below and come. Did I mention it's free? Thanks, sponsors. So I hope to see you here in San Francisco November 5th, but even if you're not coming, we've got an amazing digital showcase right now that you can enjoy, showing a lot of the great games that you're gonna see at Day of the Devs, including some big heavy hitters and some world premieres. So sit back and relax and enjoy Day of the Devs. See it through my muscles.
Who doesn't love the Shovel Knight series? Well, developer Yacht Club Games is mixing it up with another retro riff, this time with Game Boy Color aesthetics. It's a little bit Link's Awakening, it's a little bit Bloodborne feels. Nobody does it like Yacht Club, and you're about to see why.
What's up? My name is Alec Faulkner, and I'm a game designer and director at Yacht Club Games. We're an independent game studio in Los Angeles, California. You may know us from the Shovel Knight series of games, or you might not know us at all, in which case, hey, it's great to meet you. But today we're not showing off another Shovel Knight game. Instead, we've got a brand new game with brand new gameplay set in a brand new world, and it's called Mina the Hollower. In this game, you'll play as Mina, a whip-wielding inventor thrust into a bizarre world full of monsters and mystery. She'll need both brains and brawn to take on the terrifying horrors that await in this challenging action-adventure RPG. You'll notice Mina's attacks are intentionally slow, so learning proper spacing and timing is crucial to Mina's survival. Spamming the attack button won't work here. But to balance things out, Mina has a powerful tool at her disposal, her signature burrowing technique. While burrowing, Mina can't be damaged by most enemies or hazards, so you'll be burrowing often to dodge danger and dig to safety. By defeating enemies, Mina can collect their bones, and if she collects enough, she's able to bone up on her research, increasing her knowledge of scientific fields like attack power or defense. Mina the Hollower also features a new art style that takes inspiration from the Game Boy Color era of portable gaming. That means our pixels are big, our color palettes are vibrant, and our characters are small and chunky, just the way we like it. We're currently deep into development and don't yet have a release date, but you can wishlist the game on Steam and learn more about it at yachtclubgames.com. By the way, we also live stream our work on Twitch sometimes, so if you want, give us a follow, and you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at our game development process, all the way from start to finish. Thanks so much for listening, and we hope you check out Mina the Hollower when it releases. Bye-bye!
This next game might be the most Nordic game of all time. It's from Hyper Games in Norway, published by Raw Fury in Sweden, based on the Moomins IP from Finland, and scored by Sigur Rós from Iceland. This is Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley.
Hi, my name is Are, and I'm from the Norwegian indie studio Hyper Games. Together with our pals in Raw Fury, we are currently working on the game Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley. The game is a cozy adventure game about restoring harmony and balance to Moomin Valley. As a player, you will explore the valley, meet a lot of the inhabitants there, and help them solve quests and puzzles in various ways, many times using music as one of your main mechanics. The game is very much a love letter to the author, artist, illustrator Tove Jansson, who created the Moomins. And we want to try to capture a little bit of the magical Nordic atmosphere that shines through all of her work. The music for the game is composed by Oda Tilseth, and partly in collaboration with the Icelandic band Sigur Rós. We want to make something that feels like something Tove Jansson herself could have envisioned. If you want to know more about the game, check out our website at snufkin.game and remember to wishlist on Steam.
This is a special one for I Am 8-Bit. Developer Coin Crew Games got their starts in the arcade biz and the real-world escape room scene. Escape Academy was their very first console and PC title. It came out 4 months ago, has already become a runaway hit, and they already have their first DLC coming out, which is pretty sweet. It's called Escape from Anti-Escape Island, and we have the world premiere first look. And as a special bonus, we have a bunch of game codes to give away that are hidden throughout this broadcast. Maybe some are obvious, maybe some aren't so obvious. But if you freeze frame, you might get a free game out of it. Enjoy!
Something about this juice lounge feels out of place. Hello? Anybody here? What the heck is up with this place?
Academy. Escape from Anti-Escape Island.
And now, from developer Worm Club out of Melbourne, Australia, I'm pleased to bring you the charming, irreverent, and epic conclusion to the Frog Detective series with the appropriately titled Frog Detective 3.
Hello, I'm Grace Brooksner, Creative Director of Worm Club. I'm here today to show you the final chapter of Frog Detective, Corruption at Cowboy County. In collaboration with the talented Thomas Bowker, Dr. Dan Golding, and Olivia Haynes, Worm Club has been working hard to deliver the most advanced and mind-blowing video game of the decade. You may think I'm joking, but you would be mistaken. As you may remember, the last Frog Detective adventure had you on the edge of your seat with the shocking notebook-stealing cliffhanger. Frog Detective 3 picks up right where we left off, with the detective's arrival to the Wild West to help lobster cops solve the mystery of the sheriffless county. But to the detective's shock, the case has already been resolved by the #1 best detective. We should have known. Lobster Cop's abilities far outweigh Frog Detective's. But despite this speedy resolution, it's not long before another mystery is afoot. All the hats in Cowboy County have gone missing. What the? It's Frog Detective's job to recover the missing hats, so you'll need to use your expert investigation skills to question suspects, find clues, and solve the mystery. Also, you can ride around on a scooter. We're so excited for you to play Frog Detective 3, Corruption at Cowboy County. With shocking twists and turns never before seen in the medium of video games, we know this exciting finale will make you say, I understand why this took 3 years. All 3 games are available now on Steam and Xbox PC Game Pass. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of Day of the Devs.
Our next game includes scenes and experiences that, while certainly everyday, are not often portrayed in media, such as menstruation and the proper hygienic care of your sex toys. The game's creators, Triple Topping, profess a desire to bring these types of untold stories to the forefront, to express their feminist ideals, and just to make the types of games they want to play. Dead Pets Unleashed follows a bassist, Gordy, and her punk band Dead Pets as they navigate a complicated world. Balance your well-being, your finances, and your band success, all while exploring relationships and performing various tasks just to get through the day. With its unique visual style and original soundtrack, Dead Pets Unleashed will have you vibing out until the very last set.
Hi, my name is Ames Searle, and I'm the marketing lead and co-writer at Triple Topping Games. We're an indie studio based in Denmark, with a love of strong narratives, minigames, and work-life balance. We're currently working on our next game, Dead Pets Unleashed, a feminist, narrative, and management light game about punk music, friendship, and growing up. Gordy, you'll shape the future of Dead Pets, a struggling demon punk band, before they decide to call it quits. Gordy has big plans for the group, but as the members have turned 30, life has gotten in the way. The gameplay is primarily conversations between the characters, with a whole bunch of minigames throughout to break up the dialogue. These minigames can include anything, from working a shift at Gordy's diner, and even a rhythm game for band practice,
Standing in line, you look just fine, but understand you'd be prettier if you smiled at me. It broke my wall. Why so angry all the time when I told you to smile? Come on, girl, what you wearing?
You must also manage Gordy's well-being. The band's first taste of success comes at the cost of Gordy's mental health and physical well-being. Gordy struggles with what it means to be a victim and how to move forward. With multiple endings, Gordy will have the chance to grow up in different ways, depending on the choices you make. We're excited to announce that Dead Pets Unleashed will be coming to consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch when the game releases next year. The demo is currently out on Steam and itch.io, and we've just launched an additional episode of the game in the demo, so there's even more for you to check out. Please wishlist the game on Steam, and be sure to follow us on socials at Triple Topping.
Hello, woman, standing in line, you look just fine, but understand you'd be prettier if you smiled at me. It broke my wall. Why so angry all the time when I talk? You should smile. Come on, girl, what you wearing? Tell the world you want to play this game. For the fact that you're telling me what I should do. You're the reason I hide my smile, and while I never feel safe at night, there's nothing here for you to see. I will be free.
So we've all heard of city building, but what about city unbuilding? In Terra Nil, the reverse city builder by Free Lives, you'll not only be tasked with reviving barren landscapes into thriving ecosystems, you'll then be challenged to remove any trace of your involvement, leaving the beautiful environs to the rehomed bears and deer. And who doesn't want to save bears? Restore a world's ecosystem with this fresh take on a popular genre. This is Terra Nil.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Haoyun. I work at an indie game studio in Cape Town, South Africa called Free Lives. I'm the art lead on a game called Terra Nil.
Welcome to Terra Nil, a reverse city builder where you are tasked with restoring the wastelands. Utilize windmills to power your facilities, cleansing the surrounding soil and preparing it for irrigation. Once the grasses and waterways have been rejuvenated, it's time to move on to more complicated ecosystems. Mangroves, swamplands, fields of flowers, rainforests. Actions that may at first appear destructive are, in fact, important aspects of a larger ecosystem. With the restoration of symbiotic habitats comes the return of biodiversity. Your work completed, it's time to pack your things and be on your way.
Terranil is coming to Steam in early 2023, as well as a simultaneous launch on mobile with Netflix games.
Next up, from developer Outer Loop, I'm thrilled to bring you Thirsty Suitors. Now, this game defies description. It's an interesting combination of skateboarding, cooking, dating, and battling. It's also Scott Pilgrim-esque, filtered through the lens of authentic Indian culture.
Hi, I'm Chandan Ekanaika, the creative director at Outer Loop Games, and I'm here in Timber Hills, Washington, to talk about Thirsty Suitors.
Hey y'all. You've been reckless with other people's hearts for so long, Jala. It was a matter of time before you wrecked your own. Morning, Ma. Wow, Jala.
Hi, Auntie.
You pissed off your exes so much, they organized against you.
Thirsty Suitors is an action-adventure RPG about immigrant culture, resolving relationships, family pressure, and expressing oneself. The player gets to shape Jala's fate while battling her exes in turn-based.
Don't worry, I know this song by heart.
Those things ain't for Paradisa or Inferno.
They're homunculi, man-made bioweapons.
And what do you expect us to do?
If we don't stop them, this world is history.
This trip has been full of surprises, hasn't it?
Bayonetta 3 tylko na Nintendo Switch.
Combat, skating, cooking, and through narrative choices. At the start of the game, Jala returns to her hometown of Timber Hills after wrecking her relationships with her family, friends, and her exes. Jala tries to repair her relationships with her family and friends through cooking. To blow off steam, Jala goes skating at her old skate park while battling skate punks and their leader, Soundy the Bear. Soon, Jala meets up with her third-grade ex-boyfriend, Sergio, who is still thirsty for her.
Your mom into this!
You started it!
I guess it's a good sign. One.
Sergio is one of 6 exes Jala will confront through the course of Thirsty Suitors' 10 chapters. Jala's overbearing grandmother has sent surprise suitors to win her hand. Will she ultimately reconcile her relationships? Who knows? Our inspiration for this game is based on our lived experiences and fantasies of our diverse team. While the game is at times personal, we think the specificity of the themes of family dynamics, love, and fighting with exes joyfully expressed in bigger-than-life colorful ways will resonate with wider audiences.
Time to cook. That's acceptable. Coming soon. Patience.
One of the most important genres of game One of the most important genres of game to me is the adventure game, and the pioneers of that genre are Ken and Roberta Williams, the founders of Sierra, and Roberta Williams, the designer of King's Quest and Phantasmagoria. They have a new game that they're showing here at Day of the Devs, a reimagining of not one of their own games, but of Colossal Cave. That's right, the original adventure game. The text adventure classic that started it all is being reimagined by Ken and Roberta as a 3D experience with VR elements. So I'm very excited to check it out along with you right now.
Hi, I'm Ken Williams, and your name is?
I'm Roberta Williams.
And we're known for creating a company called Sierra Online. They did some games that you might have heard of, like Half-Life, Leisure Suit Larry, a couple hundred titles, including about 20 by her. What did you do?
Oh, I did games like King's Quest, Phantasmagoria, Laura Bow, Murder.
To 1,000 employees, ran it for almost
and I did, called Mystery House.
Well, to make a long story short, Sierra did very well. We grew it to 1,000 employees, ran it for almost 20 years. What happened to all our crew? Why are we building a game again?
Why are we building a game
and what
again?
game are we building? Your turn.
And what game are we building? We're building Colossal Cave. That's the original game that I played, early 1980. And a text adventure game it was. And now we're bringing it back in full color, full 3D.
You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. A small stream flows out of the building and down a gully.
Even as many times I've played it, every time I hear that opening line, it sends shivers through you. I mean, it's just such a cool line. I like the idea of the game because not many games in this industry have lasted 50 years. Very few games can say that, where people are still playing.
The door is closed. You see a small brick building. There is a shiny brass lamp nearby. You are crawling over cobbles in a low passage. Brass Lantern. The brass lantern is shining brightly. At your feet is a small pit breathing traces of mist. The hall is filled with wisps of white mist swaying to and fro, almost as if alive. Rough stone steps go upward behind you, and an upward scramble to the south leads to a chamber.
It's perfect symmetry to take the game that started Sierra and do the same game for a whole new audience, for a new generation.
Yes.
It says you won't get it up the steps. You're in a low room. Veins of gold cover the walls.
Happy to be back building a game. We've got a large team. They've been working very hard for a very long time. And
it's a wonderful game.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Explore the vast darkness of the mythical colossal cave and find the valuable treasures held within. Beware the many obstacles that stand in your way and perilous encounters that threaten to end your quest quickly.
Indiana Jonas met playing Animal Crossing during the Next up, we have a world premiere from Jasper and Jonas. A fun fact is that they met playing Animal Crossing during the pandemic and decided to make this game together.
Hello, I'm Indiana Jonas.
And I'm Jasper Oprel, and we're super excited to introduce the world to our upcoming game, Surmount.
In Surmount, you're a little climber on a huge adventure. You're on the journey to become the first to climb the biggest mountain in the world, the mysterious Mount Ong. We wanted to make a game that conveys the fun of climbing, so we made a control scheme that is fun and easy for beginners, but allow hardcore players to do some pretty sick moves. As you explore Mount Ong, you will start to notice that it's always changing shape, which means you will never find two climbing routes that look exactly the same. In order to make it all the way to the top, you will have to make use of all kinds of items, like ropes, of course, but also more unconventional things like plungers and teleporters.
You know what? Bring a friend. If you're climbing together, then you'll always have someone to catch you when you fall. And you're not gonna have to do it alone. You're gonna meet many interesting characters. Maybe while you are climbing. Or maybe when you're just settling in at one of the camps that you set up.
They will have all kinds of stories to tell, and maybe you will even uncover some of the mountain's many secrets.
Yeah, it basically has been a lot of fun to work on this game with Jonas. I hope that it shows in the game.
We're planning to release the game in 2023. You can either wishlist it on Steam now or visit the website to learn all about it. We can't wait to tell you more.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you soon.
From our friends at Devolver Digital and developers Doinksoft, this next game stars a gruff bearded woodsman hell-bent on revenge and armed with a unique gun that doubles as an umbrella. As you investigate a series of cult-related kidnappings, you'll uncover a world ravaged by corporate greed that soon takes a turn towards the supernatural as you blast your way through ghouls, gangsters, cops and cultists alike. This is Gunbrella, or as we say where I'm from, Gunbrolly.
Hello. I am Britt Brady, president at Doinksoft. We are a small studio based out of Oregon, currently working on the title Gunbrella.
Developed in Portugal, this next title is inspired by classic 1980s anime and set among the neon, graffitied streets of Neo, Hong Kong. It's an action-adventure that follows 3 different characters on 3 very different missions, which all intertwine with one another as the mysteries of this never-sleeping city reveal themselves to you. This is Evolutis.
Hi everyone, I'm Fernando Cruz, the director of Evolutis Duality.
And I'm Jay Cruz, the lead artist, and we are the founders of Poke Live Studio.
Evolutis is a 2D story-driven game that combines rotoscoping and hand-drawn animations. You can spot several references from 80s, 90s, and early 2000s animes, and of course, American cartoons. The game has a dark and mature tone, so it is not appropriate for kids whatsoever. However, violence can be prevented in Evolutis. It is up to you, the player, to decide how you go about it. Now let's talk about our main character, Chelsea Williams, a well-renowned wrestler struggling to deal with losses and loneliness. She only has one friend she can trust, which is her cat, Oliver. In the city of Shanghai, where the game takes place, nothing is what it seems. Everything is an abstraction. Pandas are corporate mascots, copies of animals nobody has ever actually seen. Virtual vacations to holographic places are used to sell illusions of escape. Only the player can decide where the fantasy ends and the horror begins. Right now I want to show you how the stealth infiltration gameplay works. Depending on the outcome of the fight, whether you win or lose, the story may change, which could cause an impact on the city or even in Chelsea's life. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching and do not forget to follow us in our social media.
With Day of the Devs celebrating 10 years, one thing that we've never actually done in a showcase before is feature retro games. We tend to focus on pre-release titles, not stuff that's already been out there for, a couple weeks, a couple months, or let alone years or decades. But we're making an exception today because we want to focus on developer Digital Eclipse. With the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection, they didn't just dust off a bunch of old games and slap them together. This is a marvelous collection that goes an extra 1,000 miles to be respectful to the source material, but also bring it into a modern age. Digital Eclipse is the best at this thing, and if you don't know who they are, you're gonna find out.
Hey everybody, this is Mike Micah. I'm president of Digital Eclipse. Our mission here is to celebrate the history of video games. And to do that right, this year we're celebrating Atari's 50th anniversary. To make this stand out from previous efforts, we actually approached this as more of a documentary. You navigate through this timeline, seeing artifacts from Atari's 50 years of existence. And along the way, you're introduced to the games that are contextualized by these artifacts. We don't want to just release another game collection. We actually want to go deeper than that. So we include things like interviews, design documents, historical flyers and ads. All these things we feel give context to everything we do, and especially give context to 50 years of Atari.
I feel the best Atari games ever made have been made in the last 5 years. I think the homebrew scene is incredible. People have figured out, and it's unfair to compare because the original people had like 5 weeks to make,
The only way you can really tell the story of Atari over 50 years is to gather and collect the stories from the people who were part of Atari, who were Atari.
It's fun to program for the 2600 because it's unique. It's so limited that it helps you edit, and so you can't do everything. You can't imagine an experience and then implement it on the Atari. You have to go the other way around. Like, how many blocks can I move on the screen? Like, how can I turn that into a fun game?
I think for modern players, especially people who are really young, if they start to play a game like Adventure, it might come across as something very simple and crude. But in reality, the game is very complex. But for someone today, they don't really have that context. So what we're striving to do is to wrap that game with the sort of context that puts you back at that moment, back at that period of time when technology was still young, and hopefully impart what it felt like to see that game for the first time. We're used to seeing Atari arcade games, we're used to seeing Atari 2600 games, but we wanted to go a step further. With this collection, we wanted to make sure we included games from the Atari Lynx, the Atari Jaguar, as well as the Atari home computer line. One of the most interesting aspects of the Atari 50th for us was to revisit classic game designs, games like the early vector games that Atari had produced, or Haunted House for the Atari 2600, or Combat and Tank. What we set out to do was to take these design pillars from those games, the simplicity of those games, and reconstruct a modern take on that. And by creating these reimagined versions of these games, our hope is that we kind of act like a gateway drug of sorts to bring modern gamers into the fold of what Atari is and then help them appreciate everywhere that Atari had been.
What is happening, everybody? My name is Justin Woodward, one of the founders of Black Voice in Gaming, a nonprofit organization based in Oakland, California, designed to highlight Black game developers by giving them a voice to be heard, opening up dev options with an accelerator that provides accessible opportunities that could lead to success through a network and a grassroots community that represents the culture with integrity and substance. BVIG started out as an online showcase during the 2020 civil unrest taking place because of the excess of police brutality that continues to occur. The initial showcase was created to be a positive force during the time, and the amount of support from partners in the game community was eye-opening. We have been collaborating with publishers, fellow devs, media outlets, and distribution platforms, as well as others to make this experience awesome. The accelerator has expanded past working with devs and discoverability, and we are now working with developers on funding options, mentorship, and introductions to various platforms such as PlayStation, Valve, Nintendo, and Microsoft, as well as publishers, lawyers, and creators who can collaborate during production. Thanks to Day of the Devs, we're going to showcase a couple of games that are a part of the Black Voice in Gaming cohort that you will definitely enjoy. First, we will be showing you the beautiful and charming action RPG Slime Heroes from Pancake Studios, and then we will slash into an arena-style competitive 3D fighting game, Samurai Zero from Neo Interactive. Let's check them out.
Slime Heroes is an action RPG where you can play as an adorable slime to save the world. The story follows your slime, who is discovering the world that appears to be consumed by a dark corruption.
Silva succumbed to the corruption with all the other guardians. You and I were among all that's left.
Slimes can defend themselves by forming different melee weapons to fight against this corruption, including swords, spears, hammers, and much more. Each GUI weapon has its own moveset for you to master. Each enemy drops different types of skill gems that your slime can consume and use. You can also make new skills by mixing and matching the different skill gems together. There are a wide variety of skills to discover, from fireballs to whirlwinds, meteors, and ice breath, to even becoming a giant bowling ball. As you adventure into the world, you'll come upon ancient ruins. These mini dungeons have some of the more puzzly content in Slime Heroes. There's a massive world to explore, overgrown jungles, snowy tundras, and molten hot mountains. As you go deeper into the parts of the world, you'll discover the corrupted ancient guardians. These are the toughest, most challenging boss battles in the game. Each boss has unique skill patterns to learn how to defeat. Once each boss is saved, they'll help you along on your journey by giving you new weapons or some of the most powerful skill gems in the game. Each boss saved leads you closer to unveiling the mysterious corruption. Please wishlist Slime Heroes on Steam. You can also keep up with the latest news and updates on Twitter and Discord.
Hello everyone, I'm Ethos. I'm one of the founders of Neo Interactive, a indie studio based in Detroit, Michigan, and today I'm excited to share with you guys our multiplayer PvP game, Samurai Zero. play as a samurai, a superpowered being in our science fantasy universe called Edo. Each of these samurai have their own attack strings and combos, and then when on defense, you can actually dodge, deflect, and break an enemy's resolve with precision and finesse. Eliminating enemies and completing objectives grants you points, and in between these rounds, you can spend those points on unique talents that can enhance your samurai for the rest of the match. This allows players to customize their own playstyle a little bit. We wanted to give players different ways of playing, whether it be an intimate 1v1 duel or team-based 3v3 efforts like elimination or an objective-based game mode like Control.
I can't believe that worked.
If any of this sounds interesting to you, well, you can check out our game Samurai Zero, currently right now available for wishlist on Steam, and look forward to our next development update and playtest. Thanks so much for checking out our game.
Yes, make sure to check out the BVIG games we just shared on today's Day of the Devs feature. Follow them on social media and wishlist their games on Steam or wherever they can be found. If you want to check out more hot developers from BVIG, please check the website, blackvoiceandgaming.org, and follow us on social media, Twitter @BVIGaming, and everywhere else @BlackVoiceandGaming. You can also support us through donations, which will go to developers in the form of grants and will help keep the lights on for operations as well. We have showcases popping up this winter and in the future, and we'll be collaborating on more events soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Day of the Devs, everyone, and much love to our hosts, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit. You guys are awesome. Peace.
We've got lots of world premieres in this Day of the Devs, and this one is a nice surprise from developer Strange Scaffold. Remember, they're the dev behind games that I'm going to attempt to pronounce in the right order. They got long titles. An Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs. I think I got that. And Space Warlord Oregon Trading Simulator. I think I nailed it. This one's a really awesome surprise. Enjoy.
Okay, are you ready? Once upon a time, a crew of adorable animals robbed the largest bank on the eastern seaboard, and they thought they got away with it. But the problem is, the money inside that bank belonged to the mob. And now you show up on their doorstep 12 years later, a private investigator, and they're telling you their story in return for amnesty. They're also letting you decorate their boat, because however horrible your fashion choices may be, it's still better than a bullet to the back of the head. My name is Oliver Nelson Jr., and I'm the creative director for the game that story belongs to, Sunshine Shuffle. It's a narrative poker adventure where hopefully you come to care about the people you're playing with more than the cards in your hand, just as they come to care about you. If anyone out there has a kid who learns to gamble because of this cute poker game with the adorable animals in it, I just want to offer my apologies and also say that's objectively funny, and if I can say this without being legally liable, I hope it happens. I'll be honest, I've worked on a lot of things and I've been up for nearly 24 hours now. But I can't remember the last time I was so excited and terrified to see how people would react to a world I had played a part in building. I want to thank the Day of the Devs people so much for giving us a chance to showcase our weird and wonderful game here. I want to thank you for giving it a shot.
Tim Burton once asked us to imagine, just for one moment, what life might be like for a man who had scissors for hands. Sure, he could cut your hair really well, but could he ever find love or be loved in return? Could he ever truly be accepted by society? This next game is bound to spark meaningful discourse in a similar light, as it asks you to don a VR headset and imagine, just for one moment, what life might be like if you had baseball bats for hands. How would you drive a car? How would you cook an egg? From the creators of What the Golf, this is What the Bat.
I'm Allie, I make the sounds.
And I'm Lucas, and I make the code. This game is about life, in the way that life in baseball is very similar.
It's the struggle.
And nobody really knows when it ends. I guess someone knows how to play, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game that requires a lot of skill to exist.
Yes. You live your life as Betty, who's born with bats instead of hands. You make breakfast. You go downtown. Play with arcade machines. Take care of your farm. You go to space. All the stuff that happens in a regular life.
There's one elephant, and then there's like another elephant. I think we were just existing.
We're all about sports, but we don't really know anything about sports.
What the fuck is shortstop? And he's just like, obviously it's between base 2 and 3, and
Almost exclusively. Yes, absolutely.
very excited for you to learn about baseball.
That's chaotic.
That was, I mean, like, this is always gonna be chaotic, right?
Sabotage is one of my personal fave developers. The Messenger was totally fucking badass, and with Sea of Stars, they're paying homage to classic SNES RPGs in a way that's totally unexpected. They're making narrative decisions and creating pixel magic that is just mind-blowing. I cannot fucking wait for this game.
Hey everyone, my name is Thierry. I'm creative director over at Sabotage Studio in Quebec City, Canada. We're delighted to receive an invite for Day of the Devs, but unfortunately, because of production, we couldn't afford to travel at the moment. We'll still be taking a break to look at all the amazing games being presented, but for now we have to focus on the final milestones as we're on the road to launching Sea of Stars in 2023. Sea of Stars is a turn-based RPG. It takes place in the game. We were really shooting for something where you feel like it's a world you can touch. So hoisting up, jumping down, but also in combat, playing on this timed input mechanics where every single move that you do from a regular attack to a special combo attack, you have input that you can time to make the outcome better, deal more damage, for example. And so the main focus of the game is really the story, a story that keeps moving forward. It's less about this grindy hitting a wall. There's also a bunch of mini games. There's also fishing. You can sail around, hang out on your own boat, talk to the crew to get reminders about what to do next and things like that. So while we're on the road to launch the game in 2023, after 4 years, it seems almost impossible to be saying, but that's what we're headed towards right now. So we will be in touch as soon as we have an official launch date to announce. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy Day of the Devs. Thank you for your time.
Well, that's it. That's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. I really did. It's always very inspiring to see these games and this collection of creativity and developers. I love the developers, I love the games, and I love you watching it, so thank you.
Our 10th anniversary celebration isn't done yet.
Please join us on Saturday, November 5th in San Francisco at the Midway for our first live showcase in over 3 years.
It's completely and totally free. Seriously, just RSVP at the link below. Or if you want all the fun of party crashing and none of the consequences, just show up. We'll have over 70 games on the floor, way more than we could fit in just one digital showcase.
Can't wait to see you there. It's gonna be a blast.
Thank you to our musical performers. If you want to check out their stuff, it's really cool. Go to the links on screen. Thank you once again to the master himself, Dose1. He's been contributing to these digital showcases for Day of the Devs since their inception. He's been DJing at the live events forever. So please check out his cool stuff. Links on screen. We have to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, this digital showcase, the live events, none of it would be possible. Extra special thanks to PlayStation and Idea Xbox for being here since the very beginning and supporting Day of the Devs. It's been 10 years. You made this possible. But we also have a whole bunch of other sponsors that have come on board since we started this thing. We got Skybound Games, Annapurna Interactive, Akapara Games, Armor Games, Atari, Devolver Digital, Digital Eclipse, GDC, Humble Games and Humble Bundle, Kepler Interactive, Kalu Knight, Raw Fury, Razer, Samsung, Steam and the Valve team, Studio MDHR, Summer Game Fest, and Team 17. As this thing has grown, it's gotten way more expensive, and without these sponsors, we could not do any of this.
Go to dayofthedevs.com to keep up to date on all our digital shows and our live events, the future, sign up for our newsletter, and find out what's happening on Day of the Devs.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a blast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, and see you in San Francisco, November 5th, maybe.
What games are you going to be able to play at the show? Don't worry, we've got you covered right here with this alphabetical sizzling supercut of every game playable at the show. Supercut of every game playable at the show.